Good afternoon. Here is the home news. The State House of Assembly has observed a screening exercise for commissioners and special advisors designates sent by Governor Adegboyega Oyetola. It will be recalled that a few days ago, the State House of Assembly Speaker, Honorable Timothy Oweye, set up a 7-man committee headed by the Deputy Speaker, Honorable Femi Kpukpuola, to screen the affected commissioners and special advisors designates for consideration. The commissioners and special advisors nominees were the pioneer Deputy Speaker of the State Parliament, Honorable Nike Omowurari, Honorable Alim Bakari, Mr. Shola Oladepo, Mrs. Olubukolo Olabokpo, Alhaja Latifat Giwa, and Dr. Bode Olaonipekun. 5 of the appeared nominees were former commissioners and special advisors under the administration of Governor Adegboyega Oyetola. Barely 15 days to the Osun governorship election, Orangon Oba Abdul Wahab Kayode Oyedotun has declared his support for the re-election of Governor Adegboyega Oyetola, saying he has performed excellently within the pace of 3.5 years he has been running the affairs of the state. The revered monarch acknowledged the tremendous support of the progressive government for the people of Ila, stressing it is worthy of note that APC government has broken jinx of impossibility and eliminated curse of retrogression on Ila and the indigents. This is even as Governor Adegboyega Oyetola averred that God has manifested his re-election and revealed to him to continue to administer the affairs of the state for a second term. Onogun spoke in his palace while receiving Governor Oyetola and members of his re-election campaign council who were on a campaign to Ila Federal Constituency. Oba Oyedotun acknowledged the socio-economic advancement and landmark developments that ancient town had witnessed under the progressive government, promising that they would reciprocate the good gesture by voting massively for Governor Oyetola. As the Osun governorship election draws near, the All Progressives Congress has appealed to the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to make provisions for people living with disabilities. The party's national leader for persons living with disabilities, Honorable Tolu Bankole, in a statement told INEC to show demonstrable improvement on election day by making sure those who have one physical challenge or the other can vote without hassles, while commending INEC for the voter education and sensitization training for visually impaired voters on the use of braille ballots ahead of the Osun 2022 election. Bankole noted that the commission must allay the fears of people with special needs and assure them that Osun would be an improvement on the noticeable flaws witnessed in the recent election held in Ekiti State. According to him, for an election to be credible, its process must be well understood by the electorate irrespective of their status. He called on all eligible people living with disabilities to vote in Osun to go out en masse and vote without fear of molestation and harassment, saying the new electoral law has paved way for them to be incorporated into the electoral process. Chairman at Takumasa East Local Government Area of the state, Princess Folisho Adekoya, says she would continue to give the women folk adequate attention they deserve in the scheme of things, most importantly women in all 10 wards of the council area. Princess Adekoya gave the assurance in Iwara Town Hall while empowering and appreciating scores of women that cut across all the 10 wards of Takumasa East local government area of the state with cash gifts and one gift item or the other. According to her, women are the bedrock of the society, hence the need for any right-thinking personality, especially those in position of authority, to give them sense of belonging. Cannot be overemphasized. The Takumasa East Council boss, who was flanked by her political associates, male and female across Ijesha land, maintained that she would not relent in appreciating the women folk in the council area, and particularly the society at large, due to their advantaged positions in the society and in all sectors of human endeavors. She stressed that such appreciation and empowerment initiative would be in phases until all stakeholders in the council area are taken care of. Atakumasa East Local Government Chairman stressed that an empowerment drive is basically to complement the developmental programs of the wife of the state governor, Mrs. Kafaya Toyotola, which are spread across the length and breadth of the state. Princess Folisho Adekoya implored parents and guardians to guide the movements of their children and wards jealously before, during, and after the forthcoming gubernatorial election in the state, so as not to be made scapegoats by the law enforcement agents that will be drafted to the state to monitor the governorship election. Mrs. Deborah Bola Adeleke has been described as a committed and an epitome of hardworking woman during her active days as public worker with the State Teaching Service Commission. Well-wishers who attended a Sandford program organized by the principal and staff of Olofa Grammar School of Fatedo in Egbedore local government area of the state made a statement. Speaker after speaker in their goodwill messages lauded Mrs. Adeleke for a dedication and meritorious service before her retirement from the service of the State Teaching Service Commission. The event, which took place within the premises of Olofa Grammar School of Fatedo in Egbedore local government, had in attendance all school principals and PTA members in Ede Zone, Mr. and Mrs. Festus Olajide, friends from Ofatedo and Agumbelewu, principal and staff of Olofa Grammar School, as well as Bomi and Olabisi family from Ibadan. In the meantime, a similar program was organized on Wednesday for her husband, Dr. Olaita Adeleke, by the Federal Polytechnic Ede Ilarogun Forum, where dignitaries from all walks of life converged. Dr. Adeleke retired from the service of the Federal Polytechnic Ede. And that was the home news. Good afternoon.